everyone, it's Raven. For today's video, I'm going to be doing an educational video. So I'm going to be explaining a foot condition called TINEA PEDIS. I'm doing this for my aesthetics class at the academy, so I'm going to explain to you what this condition is, how it's caused, and what you can do to treat it. This is actually a condition that I've had personally. So I'm going to be able to explain how I treated it, what to do if you get it, how long does it take to get rid of it, etc., etc. And I'll be able to show you a little bit of a demo as well on what I did to get rid of my condition. So let's get started. All right, so what is TINEA pedis? So TINEA pedis is a foot infection. It is caused by a fungus. It's similar to what causes athlete's foot. We've definitely heard of athlete's foot before, and all it is a fungal infection on the foot. So TINEA pedis is on the surface of the foot. It usually causes itchy, red, scaly, like a rash almost, and it's usually between the 4th and 5th toes. So that's the pinky toe and the one next to it, the sole of your foot, and then the sides of it as well. For my personal experience, mine was between the 4th and 5th toe and then onto the top of the foot as well. Mine was more of like spotted rash. Some people get really small blisters there as well. So it really just depends on person to person and how severe it is. So how do you get it? So it can be caused by a number of different things. It usually occurs in males. Males, adolescents, and older people are the highest risk. Anyone can get the condition, but those three demographics are the ones most likely to get them. And the reason being is things like restrictive footwear, excessive sweating of the feet. So usually athletes will get it, hence athlete's foot. And a lot of men are athletes, a lot of kids are running around and getting their feet sweaty, so that's the reason why. And then older people don't really get a chance to clean their feet as much if they're not super mobile. So poor foot circulation as well, so people that have diabetes or immunosuppressants, so if they have like a compromised immune system, it can put you at higher risk to catch this as well. And wearing restrictive footwear, so if you're wearing like work boots or tight sneakers or anything like that, it can cause it as well. For me, mine's happened in the summertime, so I blame sandals. I have sandals like these ones, and I think it got sweaty on the inside, and that's how mine started. So that was my personal experience with that. You can also catch it if you come in direct contact with someone that has it. So it's commonly spread by shared towels. So if you're somewhere that you need a towel and it's not completely clean or not completely dry, you can catch it if someone else has used it before you. Or if your towel's been sitting out for a while as well, sometimes it can cause that as well. Walking barefoot in public areas as well can cause it. So if you're going to saunas or pools or steam rooms or anything like that, very high risk of catching it. So always recommend wearing flip-flops if you're gonna go somewhere public, so that way you're not walking around in your bare feet. So how do you treat this condition? So if you get TINEA pedis, first of all, don't panic. It's not a huge big deal. It is very common. So what I was instructed to do is to clean and dry my feet very carefully. So you want to make sure you're washing them every day, and then you're thoroughly drying them. So that's the tops of your feet. You want to get in between the toes. I can show you guys all of this in a minute. And then just make sure they are completely dry before you put shoes on. The other thing you can do is wear looser fitting footwear. So if you're a boot wearer or if you wear running sneakers, make sure you're changing your socks in between. Also, I was instructed to let my shoes air out and put them somewhere that they can dry out before I wear them again. So usually with foot conditions like that, they'll recommend rotating your shoes. So that's what I did, and it went away really fast. So that's just kind of at-home things you can do to reduce your risk of getting TINEA pedis again. So you'll also be recommended a topical antifungal, which I will show you in a moment. You can get a spray, cream, and then you just apply it a couple times a day. It depends on the directions, but the ones I have here. So I have this guy here, which is the spray. And this one is a tall naphtate topical aerosol. It's an athlete's foot treatment, but it treats tinea pedis as well. So this one's just an aerosol spray. This one was 13 years, blah, 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 with daily use. So it says use it for a period up to 4 weeks and use it every single day. You do want to make sure your feet are completely dry before you put this on. Again, I'll show you in a minute here how I've done that. The other thing you can use is a topical antifungal cream, which you can get at literally any drugstore. This you can also get at any drugstore. So this is the one I got. So this one is clomitrazole topical cream, 1% USP antifungal, and it does say on it that it treats athlete's foot. This one says, again, clean and dry your skin. This one says 2 weeks, but generally it takes anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks for the symptoms to reduce and the fungus clears up a bit. Yeah, so it says maximum of 4 weeks for the cream. And then it also reminds you to wear clean socks and to make sure that your shoes are well ventilated. So as an aesthetic student, I'm going to undoubtedly come across this condition at some point. Being able to deal with it myself is really ideal. However, I'm going to have to know how to explain this to people without freaking them out and without diagnosing as well, because diagnosing is not something that estheticians do. That is a doctor's job. So that being said, if I were to have a client with tinea pedis, I would do exactly what my doctor told me. So I tell them, you know, this looks like it could be the start of tinea pedis. I would get this looked at by a doctor and they'll let you know what the next steps are. I doing this service today, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to avoid the area as not to spread it. And then you really want to make sure that your implements are disinfected when you're dealing with it, as well as anything that may have touched the area, as it is very contact spreadable, as I said. So that would be another really important thing, is just making sure that the client knows that it's a condition that's not serious, but something that they definitely want to get looked at. So the next thing I'm going to do is going to show you what your routine will look like if you do acquire tinea pedis, and how I've been treating it. Alright, so I'm going to go over my own treatment steps for tinea pedis. So I'm going to show you my feet. I just have my flip-flops on right now. So it's difficult to see on camera, but right here, where this little red spot is tinea pedis. So I actually originally had it all along here and then right into my tattoo here on my foot. You can see I do have a little bit of redness still there. I was treating it and then I stopped for a bit, and then this is what happens, it comes back. So definitely stay the course if you're going to get it. I didn't get it anywhere else on my foot, I just had it on the top of my foot here and then right here. So I'm going to soak my feet. Alright, so I'm just washing my feet. You want to do this every single day. And I'm just going to take this towel and I'm going to dry my feet. You want to make sure you dry in between your toes as well. So I'm really getting in there. All around the heel, ankle. So now my foot is clean and I've dried it everywhere, so it's nice and dry as well. So I'm going to do the other foot. Alright, so now that my feet are clean and completely dried off, I'm going to apply both the spray and the antifungal. So I only have one on this foot here. However, I'm going to spray the tops of both my feet. This actually has an odor killer in it, so I'm just going to spray it on both just so they're equal. So you want to shake it, make sure it's open. And I like to spray it all over my foot. So I sprayed that on, and then you want to wait a few seconds for them to dry. They do dry pretty well, but definitely just wait a couple seconds before you touch them. So I'm also going to apply the topical antifungal cream. So I just put a little baby bit on my finger here. We're going to get right in here. And we're just going to apply that to the foot on the area, and then you want to wash your hands immediately after so you don't spread it anywhere. let my feet dry, and then you want to wear non-restrictive shoes, so I am opting for flip-flops today. It's just gonna keep my feet ventilated. Thanks so much for watching my video. I hope you learned something today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and come see me at the Academy if you're local. Thanks for watching.